get everyone's attention? Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Evan March.
I'm Diego Perez.
Ford Childs.
And we are Code Clock. We're revolutionizing the future of cardiac arrest care. So in the US, over 246,000 patients die annually from in-hospital cardiac arrest. And over 50% of those cases involve physician error. The high stress environment when a patient's heart stops, combined with trying to coordinate treatment with up to 10 other providers and follow the American Heart Association guidelines, compounds exponentially. And research has shown that just one error can decrease a patient's chance of survival by up to 50%, and a second down to 80%. And so to us, the solution is simple. We need to reduce the mental load that clinicians bear in a cardiac arrest situation. And we can do this in 3 ways. The first is to help them visualize the status of the cardiac arrest. The second is to assign them specific roles and tasks throughout. And the third is to document. We can't expect them to improve in the future if we don't know what we're doing now. And so our solution is Code Clock. It's a tablet-sized in-hospital cardiac arrest management device designed to track interventions in real time and prompt providers to follow the American Heart Association guidelines. Now this device has a few different components. A lot of them do follow the guidelines, and the rest just is common things given during a cardiac arrest situation. And so we have this large expanding market opportunity. In North America and Europe alone, we have over $6 billion. And that gives us to our obtainable market in the US of around $820 million. For us, our target customers are going to be initially academic and research centers, followed by for-profit centers and community and critical access centers. We want to target these academic and research centers first because they're focused on training the next generation of clinicians and improving care whenever they can.
Thank you, Evan, for describing how beneficial Code Clock is to healthcare professionals. We aren't the only ones with this opinion, however. This internal medicine MD at the University of Utah states above some of the issues that they currently face in the code and how Code Clock directly addresses those issues while going above and beyond. Doctors cannot wait to get Code Clock in their hands and make their jobs easier. Our adoption strategy is trifold. When doctors need to renew their license, they will be exposed to Code Clock through the American Heart Association's simulation centers. This ensures that doctors are adequately trained on the device before it is deployed in the following interested departments at the University of Utah Hospital. We are also on the 510(k) exemption track with the FDA, allowing us to get into hospitals across the nation faster and cheaper. Our business model consists of an immediate revenue source where we will charge $750 per unit, as well as a recurring revenue source through a tiered data analytics subscription. This service provides hospitals with access to their data and trends, ensuring that they can improve training and thus patient outcomes. Speaking of trends, here are our financial projections. You can see that we are projected to break even by year 3, after which our profit margins steadily increase as we expand. Lastly, where have we been, where are we now, and where are we going? We started Code Clock in 2023 competing in bench-to-bedside competitions, where we secured the necessary funding to prototype and simulation test our device. Currently, we are working on finalizing exactly who our customers are, as well as gathering data from a limited clinical trial taking place at the University of Utah. We are also seeking funding for our 3rd and final prototype. Looking to the future, we are seeking to partner with a local manufacturer to produce this device, filing with the FDA, and lastly, launching our full clinical trial at the University of Utah Hospital. I'll pass you off to Diego.
Thank you, Cor. So when looking at our competition, we looked at what is the status quo. Currently, it's going to be whiteboards or anything that the team can use to scribble down on at any moment. However, there are 2 apps on the market, but the limitation from those apps are that they are single user only. That means that one person can use this device at a time to track time, medication, and actions. This is where Code Clock steps in. Code Clock is designed to be shared and visible for the entire team. That means that anyone in the room entering or leaving can see the time, the medications, and then the roles and the tasks that need to be done for the patient. Guided with lights and audio cues, it can help synchronize the team and keep everyone on track so that you can improve adherence to the ACLS algorithm and reduce errors. At the end, the nice thing is that the device can also create a summary report. This means that it is going to be compatible with any EMR software in the hospital and reduce that gap in documentation, as well as saving time for the staff. To introduce our team, we have Dr. Mikhail Anderson as our Chief Medical Officer. I'm the Chief Research Officer, and in our engineering team, we have Emily Yang as an electrical engineer and McClure Childs as our engineering intern. We have Evan Marsh as our Chief Operations Officer, and to round out our team, Alicia Du, who is our Chief Financial Officer. We're asking $1.5 million in a seed round on a safe note for a 20% discount in the next round. And looking at our breakdown, we can see the majority of costs will come from developing the device and also any regulatory costs that will occur along the way. With $1.5 million, we can get from a prototype to a clinically certified medical device that we can deploy for clinical testing. In summary, CodeBlock streamlines in-hospital cardiac arrest care, training and documentation. Our device is used to save lives when every second counts. I want to thank everyone for their time and for being here, and let's revolutionize cardiac arrest care together, saving lives one heartbeat at a time.
So what does CodeBlock have that a team can't see from a regular monitor? What are the additional things that they have?
Yeah, so the question was, what does the device have that the monitors already in the room doesn't have? The really big thing that the device helps is offloading all the mental load of keeping track of all the rules. So who's going to be doing compressions, who's going to be doing breathing for the patient, if there's a backboard already on the patient, and all these other medications of when were they given, especially that epinephrine that is standardized in the algorithm.
How do you account for all the current errors in those kind of crisis moments without CodeBlock? How do you
Yeah.
account for them?
Yeah, so the question was, how do we account for all the current errors without CodeBlock? And the sad reality is they just get overlooked. You can't document something if you didn't write it down. And so that's kind of what we're trying to solve. I mean, if you don't have a way of knowing what we're doing wrong now, you can't look to the future to improve it. And so they just don't write it down, and it doesn't get added to the patient's chart, and everyone moves on. But one thing that really sucks is if you know you made a mistake, and everyone else in the room knows it, and you lose that patient, you feel terrible. And that is an epidemic that's going on in our hospitals. Physician burnout is exponential, and to your point, that's what we want to solve. We don't want them to feel responsible for this. We want to offload that all onto our device. Thank you. I think we're out of time, but thank you, everyone.
Thank you.